Once upon a time, there was.
Sorry, morning voice. Anyways, once upon a time in ancient Greece, there was a king loved and favored by the gods like none other, and his name is Tantalus.
Okay, now I take it from here. Thank you. Tantalus is the king of Lydia and is the half-son of Zeus. He is loved and favored by the gods, enough that he is invited to banquets in Olympus itself. Like, dude, it's like being invited to heaven just to chill. And, well, although he is this much privilege, he is not so respectful to his hosts sometimes. For example, on one occasion, he listened to the gossips and secrets of the gods during the party when they were drinking and stuff. And he brought these stories and secrets back to Earth and tell people what they're talking about. And well, of course, nobody likes gossipers. On another occasion, he stole ambrosia and nectar, which are the food of the gods, from the table and tried to slip it back to the mortal realm. Now, for you guys who don't know what ambrosia and nectar is, these are foods of the gods. They hold the secrets to immortality. And even after all these disrespectful manners towards the gods, they still kept him alive because he was really funny and amusing. Gods loved his company. But he did something that made the gods really angry. Really angry. One day, he invited the gods back to his palace to host a banquet. He fed them, they drank wine, all the festivities. It was a blast in his own kingdom. And he prepared something really special for his main dish. Guess what? Exactly. His cut-up son. This was, that's the phrase, the straw that broke the camel's back. Zeus had no choice but to kick this guy down to Tartarus. He crossed the line. He is given one of the most iconic punishments in Greek history.
He was chained into a pool of water above an apple tree. When his throat lust for water, the pool short-circuited. When his teeth lust for a bite, the wind pushes the food back out of his reach. He shall lay there forever, tormented by unsatisfied desire, even though it is at the tip of his fingers.
Yep, sounds like a Greek story to me.
But what bothered me so much was, why did he do it? Poke around the gods and anger them. What are the motives behind Tantalus's actions? What did he
desire?
According to Epicurus, a Greek philosopher who studied desire and happiness, there are three types of desire. First is natural and necessary desire. These are the desire which are the necessities we desire to have to survive, such as food, shelter, vodka, water. Next is the natural but non-necessary, which is similar to the former, but not necessarily a necessity. For example, luxury foods. Yes, one does need food to live, but it doesn't need to be expensive or a particular food or a mansion. You can live in a small house. You don't need a very huge space to live in. Now, the last and definitely the least is vain and empty desires, which are wealth, power, fame, etc. The desires which has no limit. Desires that do not stop once you achieve them, because you keep wanting more and more and more until you literally can't, because you're chained in hell. Epicurus said that these are the most useless desires and need to be cut off in one's motive, because it is the one that leads you to your definite demise. Clearly, we know that Tantalus' motives was that of a vain and empty desire. First, telling the secrets of the gods. It brings him fame in the mortal world. It's like being a prophet, like Jesus, Muhammad type of stuff. Being the speaker the prophet of the gods. Second, stealing ambrosia and nectar. Like I said, it holds the secrets of immortality. If he has this at his disposal, he literally has and holds immortality for him and for anyone he decides to give it to. All of these are signs of vain and empty desires. And just like Epicurus stated, brings an individual to an unstoppable spiral down to his downfall. But dicing your own kid and serving to the gods, what kind of desire is that? I mean, who would kill his son just to please the gods?
Now that's another story for another day. See you soon. Wait, you're still here? Okay, we'll finish on the rest of the story.
Now, who would kill their son to please their gods? That is so wrong. But why? Who said so? Why is killing your son wrong? Lions, monkeys, insects does it. Why is killing in general wrong? Now that would be a topic of ethical morality. I'm sure you have heard who these men are. Guess who is who? Now guess who said what? Yep, exactly. You can see it from the look of their eyes. Or here. Rousseau states that men, in its nature, is innately good, and Hobbes states that men are innately bad. Now, to focus more on Hobbes' argument, he states that if men are stripped down of its social responsibilities and rules of the law, what we desire becomes good, and what we avoid becomes bad. We desire love, therefore it's good, and we avoid pain because it's bad. Based on Hobbes' theory, we can argue that Tantalus didn't even think that killing his own son was a bad thing. We can argue that he even think that it was a good thing because it was to get what he desired.
But let's get back to the topic. Why did Tantalus kill his son to feed it to the gods? In the text, it had the words offering and sacrifice. This could be taken that he gave his son as a present to the gods, as if he was asking for the gods to instead give him more favors or protection, privilege. He desired more than what he is given, to the point that he committed filicide and justified it as a good thing. In the end, Tantalus' story is one of the most iconic stories in Greek mythology regarding hunger for desire and its consequences.
His punishment was not because that of his actions, but that of his intense desire. And because of this, Tantalus, since that day and forward, have to endure the pain of desiring something right at the tip